Yo guys, it's Epic here, and I think it's been too long since we've had one of these videos where we just sit down and have a nice refreshing chat about the game and also the community. So if you've been living under a rock for the past week or so, you may not know that mods for Borderlands 3 have launched via Cody Code's Borderlands 3 hotfix modding tool, and in this video I want to talk about them. Because prior to their launch, it almost felt like the community had gone stale and leaves had begun falling off of an already dying tree within the game. So, leading up to the holiday period, I think we were all expecting Gearbox to come through this year with a Mercenary Day seasonal expansion / headhunter pack for us to enjoy. However, to everyone including myself's disappointment, we were given a shift code for the exact same skins from last year and the multi-tap, which has also been around for a very long time. But wait, there's more though. We also got a co-op loot boost mini event for a month. Now, I have tried to defend some of Gearbox's choice over the past year, and one of those I defended was the decision to not have a Christmas seasonal event due to it being so close to release. But we are now a year out from release, and Gearbox have given us 2 re-released pieces of gear and a co-op mini event that no one is going to want to play because all of the content we currently have in the game has become stale. Now, I don't mean to be that guy, but to call this a disappointment would be like calling Wotan a better raid boss than Ice to the Invincible. It's a huge understatement. But then, much like an angel descending from the heavens above, just recently a trailer is released out of nowhere announcing that Borderlands 3 mods are coming on Christmas Eve. Now, I always knew that mod support for BL3 was inevitable and it was going to be a thing eventually, but for it to come to light this quickly was something that I don't think I or anyone could have ever predicted in a million years unless they were working on these in the background. So after offering up my services for a favor in return, I managed to gain early access to these mods. I'm just kidding, but I really did get early access to these mods and I'm very grateful to all involved who helped me do that. I'm gonna throw up a bunch of names on screen so you guys can see a long list of the great minds behind the mods themselves and also the mod tools and anyone involved who has helped this become what it is now. If I miss anyone out, I am really sorry. You can shout at me in the comment section down below and I'll put you in a pinned comment or the description. But nonetheless, moving on, I played these mods, and I bet you guys probably have a bunch of questions about them, whether or not that may be how they feel, or how you can get your hands on them. Well, firstly, let's start with how you can get your hands on these mods. In the description of this video, the very first link will be a link to a tutorial on how to install these mods as soon as it goes live. The link will either send you to a video by Shadow Evil, a video by myself, or both. Also, if it wasn't already apparent, since these mods are not officially released by Gearbox, this means that they cannot and most likely will never be able to be played if you are on console. Now, unfortunate as that might be, I know it's going to upset a lot of people, but it's just the way it is, sadly. But now for the exciting part. How easy are these mods to install, Epic? Well, you see, it's as easy as launching a secondary application and dropping your mods in, or even just pasting the URL of the mod itself. Or you can just launch your game with a plugin injector. Now, the one thing I love and admire the most about these mods is how the modders themselves have chosen to give players multiple options on how they want to use them. You have the option between having them activated all the time or just when you choose, which is fantastic. And speaking of implementation, for mods such as No Anointments, which totally removes the anointment system from the game, it's done in a way which is extremely versatile. Instead of going through the trouble of just removing them from the game entirely, the mod simply stops them from dropping in your game as long as it's active. Which means even if you want to use anointments while the mod is still active, you totally can. And that's what I love about the mods the most. The implementation and changes are so simple yet so effective. In the past few days I've spent playing through the story of the game without anointments. It's been some of the most fun I've had since release, and I can say that with ease. The only downside I've seen with these mods, however, is that they do require an active internet connection for them to work, and I know that's gonna really rub people the wrong way, but it's just how it is, unfortunately, since it works through hotfixes, so there's not really much we can do on that front. Now again, we must must stay grounded to reality when it comes to mods, because there will be people within the community who won't be able to, or just who won't want access to these mods. And despite some of these people just not liking the mods period, I think it's important to give mods and modders the support they need regardless of what side of the fence you stand on. Having this kind of support for mods and having modders comply to Gearbox's wishes when it comes to stuff like playing limited timed events will only strengthen the relationship between them going forward. And if that relationship is strong, then perhaps Gearbox could even work with these teams in order to help bring new and improved content to the game based off of what they can see people like. I know it's a stretch, but anything which may help this series grow is a really good thing, and I can't see it any other way. Now maybe that makes me biased, but who cares? I love Borderlands, of course I'm going to be biased. So, whoever may be from Gearbox watching this video or from 2K, please remember that these mods are a coalition, not a competition. I highly encourage you to use this as a foundation to build off of a game already brimming with potential and show the community how grateful you are towards their dedication to grow. Anyway dudes, that's gonna do it for this video. We don't often catch up about stuff like this anymore, so I thought it would be a nice change of pace with all my other content to just sit here, no music, just talk to you guys and just really connect with you. Now again, mods should be out when this video releases, but if there are any last minute bugs it could be delayed, so please do check the description if you wish to go about downloading and installing them. Once again, thank you for all of the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.